Well, welcome to our channel, Peaceful Rage. Obviously, I am not a piano player, but I try my best. My girl enjoy it, and yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna do a little bit of a live video tonight. We have no nurse. Um, I'm gonna be up a part of the night, take care of my little princess of 15 years old, who turned 15 years old not so long time ago. Mommy is in bed right now, trying to rest a little bit. It's not been quite easy for the, well, actually, it's not been quite easy for a very long time, but I will say for the past 2 or 3 years, the thing have changed a lot, and just wanted to do a live video tonight to introduce my little girl Nana and her sister Hoopy. We're gonna have the intention to start doing a little bit more of a live video and talking about what's going on. Talking a little bit about everything like you guys have seen some of our video. If you guys have the chance to watch our YouTube channel, Peaceful Rage. Now we have reached 400 subscribers. Everybody is very exciting. We started that about 3 months ago. Just gonna walk around here. Always gonna stay like this. See, that is the kind of stuff with my daughter condition to we need to manage 24 hours a day. Due to her medical condition, she doesn't have the ability of swallowing, and obviously she's connected to a tracheostomy, and she require a ventilator for breathing. Yeah, basically what spinal muscular atrophy type 1 does, eat the protein away, and you slowly lose your muscle capability, and obviously your capability to breathe on your own, swallowing, and all that kind of stuff. But very lucky, spinal muscular atrophy do not affect the brain. We have a very smart little girl right here who's listening at everything what I'm saying. And if I'm lying, what's gonna happen? She's gonna tell the truth. But daddy can bypass that. What about I told you a story in French? What are you going to do then? You find that kind of funny. No, I'm not gonna do that. Maybe later we're gonna show some French. Hey? What do you think, Hope? You have a question you can ask me about? I can answer on a few different French. From France, from France, and French from Quebec. We're going to give a small example. What was the question?
What's your opinions on Donald Trump?
My opinion on Donald Trump. Oh my goodness. Oh mais voilà. Celui-là est vraiment un connard. Mais oui, il est un connard. Donald Trump, maudit sans raison. Quelqu'un devrait y botter le cul. Ça vient de la poutine du Québec. Anyway, yeah, we speak French. No, I doesn't teach French to any of my daughter. I feel kind of guilty about it, but with our lifestyle, has been quite crazy, ain't Nana? Yes. And I turned 15 years old on the 7th. Uh, and on the same day, she have received Spinal treatment. It's a spinal injection, just basically just like epidural on her back. We've been watching her carefully for the past 2 days here because, of course, you have some risk of spinal fluid leakage. But other than that, she's been a very good girl. We're gonna keep her entertained for a few hours tonight. She's gonna fell asleep at one point. Usually, what the nighttime nurse do, it's clean all the medical supply and all that kind of stuff. Usually, uh, I'm gonna try to catch up on my cleanup when she's gonna fall asleep. We have to adjust our routine according to the nurse, according to all kind of situation that can happen here. Last week, Hope had a kind of a very aggressive reaction to a series of vaccines she had received at school. She had received 4 vaccines, and we went through a little bit of a difficult time there. She was not feeling good for about 4 or 5 days. Fever, muscle pain, weak, not hungry, a little bit of a teenager attitude, whining a lot, very claimy. But it's what he put our life very interesting. And yeah, and a little bit more the story on 15 years. It's kind of amazing how the thing can go fast. And it's all amazing how your life can change in a split a second. I mean, a change in a split second. And I know a lot of people talk about this to don't take anything in life for granted because the thing can change very fast. And we all sit there at the front of the classroom and I don't know, we scratch ourselves, look at the ceiling, and okay, we all hear that before. In reality, it does happen. 16 years ago, I met Hope and his mom. My situation with my relationship in Quebec was not of the greatest. Was basically at the end of it. Decided to come up work in Alberta, and with absolutely no intention to find somebody. I've been working there for already for a few months, and I've been invited to a Christmas party in a private home. So I've never been a big fan of getting out. I was there working, and yes, obviously go to the bar after work sometime, one beer, having dinner, go back home. And I decided to go to that Christmas party, and it's when I met the beautiful mother of my 3 children um, here in Alberta. Fortunately, one passed away down the road at 3 months of age. But it was amazing story. But on the same time, the complexity of the story is something. Is something to you don't see every corner. Uh, Obviously, a great beginning of relation, but also with some complication. So I'm not gonna go too much on detail for now. But anyway, and when I come back, I needed to go back to Quebec for my kid for a while. Was a lot of confusion. It was a big decision for me to take to change my life completely around and basically live 3 kids in Quebec and come here without knowing how difficult it will be to get access to those kids and things like that. Then I come back after 7 months. To a lot of people will have criticized me and will criticize me about that. It is what it is. After my separation with my previous relationship end, get back in contact with Lisa, and Lisa explained me the situation a little bit of Rona, and we came back together, and we have put an amazing fight for that little girl. But we're gonna jump, so I'm gonna jump a little bit of part. I have some stuff I wanted to talk tonight to, for the young couple out there doesn't know yet, who the one who just find out. Um, Today, their children have been affected by the disease of spinal muscular atrophy. Uh, it's not an easy road ahead, that's for sure, and that's why I will like if you have some people who can appreciate it to share that video because uh, in the case of Anna has been quite a bit lucky because her mom used to be a nurse and I'm a EMS firefighter first respondent. And I'm gonna go the other side. I'm gonna work on my back. And yeah, like I said, and I was already 31 years old. Lisa was 29. Quite a bit of mid-school experience in our background. And yeah, then the battle has been very difficult. But if we will have, I try to put myself in the shoe of a young parent of 20, between 20 and sometime younger, between 20 and 25. We never have, and plus I have already 3 children before, and Lisa already have a son, and yeah, I cannot imagine a young couple under 20. Handle with children with spinal muscular atrophy and all at the hospital, whatever the hospital might be. I'm gonna took on my case and all at the Stollery Hospital and have all those specialists come at you and throw you all those mid-school terms to you have absolutely no clue what they mean. And sometimes they don't always try to make you understand things better. But unfortunately, me and Lisa was Lisa at the beginning. I was not there for the first couple months of Anya diagnosed, and that's been diagnosed around 4 months old. And I come back, she was around 7 months old, and then when that time Lisa put the bottle by herself, and it was not an easy one. The pressure to the try to convince Lisa to go to the other way and scare her with a lot of stuff to she already have learned from the research she have done online and with the advice they was giving to fight against those symptoms and try to give the child as much chance possible. That was a challenge on his own, and it's not only that, you have the outside stress of things when you come from a small town and you know people start hearing things to, oh, that child is sick and very sick, almost dying, and the stories start. Oh, whoa, the dad was doing steroid when he was young, or the mom was drinking at the bar during pregnancy, and doesn't take long to those stories come at our ear and things like that. And I hear the same story from other parents who, when they find out it's a genetic disease, to the other party family say, oh no, those things doesn't come from our family. It's not possible. It's all you or whatever, the side of the husband, the side of the mother, or whatever the case might be. Sometimes I hear some story like that. It's quite amazing when very stressful situation show up and doesn't affect only the direct family member who's involved, the child and the two parents, and it's the ball starts rolling, and sometimes can create some very amazing situation to you never thought in your mind those situations will be even happening, but yes, they do happen. That's why it's very important on those situations to don't let your emotion take over yourself. Some stuff is going to be said, some nasty stuff is going to be said, but take everything with with some grunt of salt. People, they are when you're gonna announce those kind of news to some family member, some family member is gonna be hit with the terrible shock, and I have no idea how to react, and so sometimes nasty stuff can come out. And I will, my personal advice is will not to create a big scene over it. Don't disturb yourself and don't put more stress on yourself to you already has because you already absorb a massive news to your child that's affected by terminal disease to basically have no cure for to now in case of Anna was that was 15 years ago. Now you have some treatment possible to it. They are not a cure, but you have quite a few options out there, and the result they are quite amazing. Yes, some of them have a little bit more side effect than others. I'm not gonna go on those details because I doesn't want to scare anybody and I doesn't want to say something that I'm not quite sure of. But the best bet to do for the new parent who just get diagnosed with the children with spinal muscular atrophies will be to keep a very close contact with the neurologist and ask about the option out there because you do have options. And in my opinion, personal opinion, don't wait for your neurologist to come talk to you about treatment for spinal muscular atrophy and jump over it and ask. I know Speranza is there. I forget the name of the other. You have some kind of you have few different ones. The Speranza is the one that we use with Anna. She gets a spinal tap every 4 months. Side effects so far very minimum. Sometimes she will get a little bit of headache. You need to watch for spinal fluid leakage, and it's may be a little bit more of an aggressive approach. The child have to be on a very uncomfortable position on the side with a little bit of a fetus position for be able to access the room where the spinal fluid is in the spine between the vertebrae. You have another option to, I think
Vertebrae.
it's by IV, and I think one is by G tube or IV, whatever the case might be. But some of those medication, some of children have experienced some issue with liver enzyme and some risk of liver failure, but I cannot totally guarantee that. And the best way will be to very fast after receiving the diagnostic of spinal muscular atrophy to be able to talk with your pediatrician first to get in contact with the neurologist as soon as possible. But anyway, probably to when you guys are going to be diagnosed with spinal muscular atrophy is going to be a neurologist who is going to come talk to you. And yeah, right away go start getting proactive, start talking about the option of treatment. Of course, if it's the road you decide to take, that it's not my choice to influence any of you by which choice to take. But if you guys is wondering if you have possibility of quality of life with spinal muscular atrophy, I can tell you right now, you have definitely a lot of potential for it. Um, and of course, for the one with type 1, they're gonna probably put your child very quickly on the BiPAP machine for breathing support. But unfortunately, the BiPAP machine for quite a few of those children, it's not quite enough. In my suggestion, if your child doesn't tolerate the BiPAP and you have to deal on a regular DStat, regular code blue for respiratory distress, and vagal response due to the accumulation of secretion in the airway, I will again talk with your pediatrician and ask a consultation with the EMT and a consultation with your pulmonologist and discuss the option of a trach. Some doctors like to say will not change the situation of your child at all, but in my situation when I was on BiPAP, she's been put on BiPAP. I believe she was around 4.5 months old, and she's been trach. She was 9 months old. During that period of time, Anna have multiple episodes of cold blue, and included two full cardiac arrests. I have done CPR on her twice. She have the CPR has begun on her at multiple occasions because once they are infants, when the heart rates go below 40, they start the CPR right away. We have seen that done uh, more than one, but since she's straight, just for give you an idea, like I was saying, we're gonna backtrack here slowly. Between the age of 4 month old all the way to the age of 9 month old to its only a period of 5 months, she has multiple occasion of code blue, and on PICU for quite a few times, and finally after good battle with the hospital, we'll be able to get the trach for Anna to since then we have absolutely no code blue, no cardiac distress. Yes, we have been at the hospital for other reasons. She has been in 15 years, around 1,700 days of hospitalization. Multiple hospitalization was due to pneumonia, hematosis on her stomach. She have went septic, she almost died 2 years ago. That was a major event. Yeah, yeah. The life involved, all our schedule inside our house here. Our children, old schedule. It's all organized around and as need. Sometimes it can be frustrating for her and it can be frustrating for other people, but a lot of sacrifice has been made. Sometimes we should have been making more sacrifice and better sacrifice, but no point to try to go back behind and try to change what it has been done. That is a big thing, guys. For people who justly get diagnosed with spinal muscular atrophy or it doesn't matter really the terminal disease out there. Don't judge yourself. When you make a mistake, you make a mistake. You have no way to go back to fix it. Learn from your mistake and pass at something else. Otherwise, because when you deal with something new like this and you learn every day and you know, you don't know what the next minute is gonna bring. You try to react at your best, and please, if you do mistake, do not blame yourself. Specifically, if you guys it's on in couple and both decide to walk the path together, you guys going to make mistake for sure. And the other parts you will notice that mistake, but please, guys, do not turn that against each other. First of all, some hospital is what they will like. If they try to push you on one direction and you guys don't want to go to that direction, sometime they will try to find some witness in your team, and they're gonna try to weak that up and try to convince one of the other parent to go the other way. Then don't fall to that trap and try to take time for yourself. Of course, when the financial they are there, it's a little bit more easy. For tell you the truth, when you have no financial, take time for your couple. It's a little bit more complicated. And also find something somebody you can trust to take care of your child when you basically do all the care at the hospital as a parent. And every time you leave, something wrong happen. After a while, it's kind of hard to trust somebody else. But you're gonna find someone. You just have to make sure to you find the right thing. And I can tell you something, if you just get diagnosed with your children like Anna, you're going to find out that your circle of friends will change very quickly. More than likely it will happen. You're going to find out who is your real friends and who is not. You're gonna even find, more than likely you're going to find some side of some of your family members you have never seen before. on the both side of things and on the bad side of things. I can pretty much guarantee you're going to find that. And but try to find something you really like to do. So you don't need to travel too much to do it. You don't need to go too far to do it, and you don't need too much time to do it. And that carry that on with you at all times. You know, you can take 5 minutes, go do that, and you can reset yourself, your mind, you clear your mind, and you're ready to go for another battle. Because he's gonna have a lots of battle out there, and you guys gonna win some battle, and you guys gonna lose some battle. That's for sure. But in my own experience, I realized you get disappointed when you lose a battle, but if you take time to think about it, you go back home at night time. If your child is stable enough to leave him alone at night, and you'll be able to go back to your hotel room or whatever, and you take time to analyze the situation of the day, and even if you lose one battle, you have learned something from it. Then the next time that battle will show up, you're going to be ready for it. And in my personal opinion, is how I see things. And every time I have a massive episode, I do it always the same way. I imagine the worst case scenario possible and the best one of all. Then if I doesn't reach all the way, the worst scenario possible, I'm not gonna say here right now, but if we don't reach there, we already win it at somehow. We already win something. Then it's how I see things. And if we don't hit the second worst scenario, well, now I even winner. And you know what? If you hit somewhere between the best scenario and the not too bad, I win that battle. It's how I see things. And if we don't hit the worst and we hit a little bit below, I say, okay, it was a tight fight. We lose the battle. What we do wrong? If that situation is wrong. And it's how I deal with things for 15 years. And that little girl and mommy and sister and brother, we have quite of a good result with the team at the hospital. We're going to keep doing this? Oh, yes, we will. And that was our life for tonight, guys. I'm going to do another one later. And again, thank you for the subscriber. Yeah, thank you for the subscriber. And please share those videos because you have a lot of family out there who get diagnosed every day with children with special needs and they feel very lost. Then one step at a time. And thank you, guys.